Today's webinar is on the freeway and tolling operations and is being held in collaboration with Traffic Infratech and ITS Australia. We are fortunate to have the ITS Australia. ITS Australia is holding a summit next year, which is on the freeway and tolling. We have already committed that from India also we will fully support, because we are on the way of ramping up our freeway tolling, making the barrierless tolling in India. So this is a great opportunity to collaborate with the ITS Australia. About the summit, Susan, who is here, who is the CEO of the ITS Australia, he will be giving a brief in addition to the technical know-how, what are the basically trends, how it's happening, how market is developing, and how the implementation deployment has been done, scaling has been done. So she will be giving a brief about this. And we have the other speakers. Kindly put the list of the speakers. We have Amit Ranjan Chitransi, who is the CEO of the IHMCL within the NHPI, that's the Government of India organization. Then Susan Harris. We have the Devashish Devsikar, who is heading the Reliance Geo platform. Then we have Vice Admiral Sri Kumar Nair. Then we have Grace Alex. We have Atul Porwal. And now I'll hand over it to the Mr. Akhilesh Srivastava. Before that, and I'll request him whenever he is available, he will introduce the speakers. Otherwise, I will do the job, because he will be leaving Dehradun in a half an hour or so. So Akhilesh Srivastava is almost all of you know him, but still, for the benefit of the more that who might have joined in this first time, he is a leader, he is a visionary, he is the man who had dreamed that he will make ITS India as a fully implemented, fully scalable solutions, who has visualized, and I'm trying to fulfill his vision. He had been with the NHAI as a general manager, and also he had been heading the IHMCL. He is the one who implemented the FASTag. He has been with the government as a government as a IT advisor. He is with the World Economic Forum. Then president of the IRF. He is a author. He has already 4 books has come out. I think 5th he is writing. He is also TEDx speaker. So I'll not take much time to introduce him. Is basically he has got a lot of credentials over his. He has been a president of he is the president of the Bitumen Forum, International Road Federation of India, and more importantly, last but not the least, he is the president of ITS India. Sir, platform is yours. Kindly set the context. Welcome all the speakers, and please go ahead. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shiv, for such a kind and nice words. It's the heartiest welcome to everyone. I can see it's close to 50 people has joined, being a working day morning in India and nearby places. And thank you, Susan, our international speakers, Grace. I think a few international viewers are also here as a participant. And thank you very much to all the speakers, distinguished speakers we have today. Mr. Chitransi, he is the CEO of IHMCL. He is a very renowned NHAI officer, clarity of thought, and now he is implementing the next generation of barrierless tolling in India, in the multi-lane free flow. So we are fortunate to have him with us today, who will be giving a keynote address. Then we have Vice Admiral Sri Kumar Nair, very distinguished service officer. Now after retirement, he is a Managing Director of Keltron. Keltron is a Kerala state PSU government body and expert into the implementation of ITMS solutions. And their solutions has been implemented at many places in India, of course, including Kerala, the state they belong to, yielding a very, very positive and good results. So when we talk about that ITS is going to solve the problem, their study actually show with the data, with the scientific thing that yes, these are the results achieved. For example, reduction in road fatalities, reduction in congestion, saving in the fuel. They have, and now recently they got STQC certification also for the cameras. So they are doing a very good job now. So we'll be hearing Vice Admiral Sri Kumar himself talking about his initiative and how his initiatives are changing the implementation of ITS in India and what is his vision further. Then we have Ms. Grace Alex. She is enterprise lead of SEA, ANZ and Korea TomTom. She will be talking about her experience of how ITS solution with the help of when a TomTom kind gives the GIS layer, how it drastically changes the convenience to the end users and how they are implementing what can be replicated here in India as well and globally, what are the best practices. And then we have Mr. Atul Porwal. He is AVP of Tolling Business India of T-Systems, ICT India Private Limited. T-Systems is a German-based organization. They're doing a lot of work in Europe and other parts of the world. Very well known in this GNSS kind of tolling system and a free flow tolling system. They have a big legacy and now we are happy that they're also they have set up a unit in India which is with which Mr. Atul is associated with as a ABP. He will be talking about sharing the experience, their global experience and what they envision for India. We are thankful, as Dr. Shiv had said at the beginning, this webinar we are doing international webinar, because we are doing in collaboration with ITS Australia, and we have with us CEO of ITS Australia, Ms. Susan Harris. She's a very well-known figure in the ITS fraternity globally. We have been fortunate to meet her a couple of times at various forums and various meetings, ITS World Congress, Asia Pacific meeting. And another thing I just want to share with our viewers, the ITS Australia has been very pivotal, and she played a very active role in setting up or hand-holding ITS India, because we are relatively young, so we always look for some support. What are the two way forward? And ITS Australia and especially Susan has been very, very kind and helpful in telling us how ITS India Forum should move forward, what are the things and in hand-holding. And so we are fortunate that she is joining today, and she will be giving an opening address and will be telling about.
Well, good morning, everyone. As Mr. Akhilesh kindly introduced, I'm Susan Harris, the Chief Executive at ITS Australia. It's my absolute pleasure to be here co-hosting this webinar with ITS India and Traffic Infratech. I think there is a wealth of activity happening in India at the moment, and we've got a wealth of experience in the motorway and tollway areas in Australia, and we're really pleased to be partnering with ITS India and really keen to be supporting this activity that's taking place at the moment. So ITS Australia, just to give you a bit of background, I'll share you a little bit of information. So this is us. ITS Australia are the peak body for advanced transport technology in Australia. We're really thrilled to be able to bring together the leaders in transport technology in Australia, right across government, industry and academia, to bring about transport that is more efficient, that is more sustainable and more productive and accessible to the whole community. So we're able to do that by bringing together our large government organisations, big multinational corporations that are interested to work and provide services into Australia, but also right through to the research and academic institutions and small startups to make sure that we get the best of the technology that's available in this space. In Australia, we're really pleased to have a strong record in the tolling and motorway sector. Australia was amongst one of the first countries in the world to introduce interoperable free flow tolling across the country. So that means anywhere in Australia, right from the introduction of tolling, you are able to drive on one toll road in Victoria, then move to another state and use your same toll tag and your same toll account and not have to set up a different account in different toll roads that you drove across. So I'd really encourage, as you move forward in this space in India, that you take on board some of those learnings because vehicles don't know about borders and state borders and boundaries. And it's just much easier for the travellers and for customers if they can manage to do that with one account. And then the transactions can be worked out back of office to figure out who's been driving on whose toll roads. Australia are also world leaders in the operation of managed motorways. So this is about all the technology that you need to get your motorway moving efficiently. So we use a range of technologies and tools to make sure that is efficient. And it improves the throughput of roads by 25 to 30%. So when you think about that in practical terms, that means you can reduce the number of, it saves you putting in an extra lane because you're getting that increased throughput. Or when we talk to some of our operators, so what about freight operators and regular users of these roads, they've talked about that instead of getting 2 trips a day to and from the port, they can now get 3 trips a day when this new technology gets implemented to improve the throughput of our motorways. So again, it has a real operational benefit back into industry. So these are all our amazing members you can see on the screen. But I also wanted to share with you, as Akalesh mentioned, we're really thrilled to be hosting the International Symposium of Freeway and Tollway Operations in Melbourne in May next year. We look forward to welcome ITS India for this immersion program in Melbourne, Australia, where we'll not only bring together leaders in the world in tolling and motorway technology, talking about the latest developments and the latest opportunities. It's a great opportunity to network, see what others are doing, see what you might apply in India. But an important part of this program over the 3 days here in Melbourne will be getting people out onto the network. So we've got one of the world's leading toll companies whose head office is here in Melbourne, Transurban, and they're really proud to be working with us to showcase their network, showcase some of the innovations that they've introduced on the network. We've got new tollways being introduced in the north of Melbourne, North East Link. Again, you'll be able to come and have a look and see how they're deploying those activities. They're going to share some of their strategies and approaches. So they're not setting up their own tolling processes. They're actually going to leverage off the existing infrastructure that exists within the Australian context. So there'll be a range of opportunities to get out on the network and see what's happening. So I really encourage you to save those dates of the 26th to the 28th of May. You can jump onto our website and have a bit more of a look around. But this will be a great opportunity to hear what's happening, to get out and have a look, and also some great social opportunities to network with other leaders in the tolling technology space. So thank you very much for that opportunity, Dr. Shiv. I'll pass you back to hand over to the next speakers in the webinar this morning.
Susan, thank you very much for your word of wisdom and also giving a brief about the summit. In the last also, I'll request for 2 minutes if you will be available to invite all the people for the summit. Next, you should be. Just Grace, I will introduce in a very brief. You're the director for the TomTom NJAG and leads the Sydney site, driving strategic partnerships and locations technology growth throughout the Australia, New Zealand, South Korea, and your focus lies in the advancing geospatial innovation, intelligent transport systems, and ethical AI data governance. You're welcome, and the platform is yours. Grace, please continue.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'd just like to thank Susan and the team to invite me for this webinar. And it's an opportunity that's because we work in Australia, not only in Australia, but across the globe when it comes to tolling companies. And so I think what I'll do is I'll start by sharing what I have today. One of the things that TomTom does is we help to provide insight and data. So if I want to just start by giving a bit of brief of what TomTom is. TomTom is a Dutch company. We're based in Netherlands. We've got offices across the world. We also have an office in India as well. What we do is we've got partnerships across the world. We provide insights for TomTom traffic products and map. But today my focus would be on what do we do in Australia. One of the things that we do is we try to resolve the problems that are there. So tolling agencies and governments, they face complex and multifaceted challenges. So we want to be able to resolve these challenges. And what I'd like to do next is probably if we can have the poll go out to kind of identify what are the challenges and pain points when it comes to freeway and tolling ecosystem. So if everybody could just make a choice and then we could move on to the next. So we've got a few options given here for what could be the challenges, and I wanted to talk about them a bit more in detail. So one of the biggest challenge when it comes to government and tolling agencies is to make sure that, I can see the results. That's great. So traffic management, road safety, infrastructure, sustainability. Actually, when governments invest, they need to not only invest in one part, they need to invest in everything at the same time. And what is important is public safety, there's lack of authoritative data, there's limited infrastructure, and there's operational challenges. And so toll operators, like heard about Transurban, that's there in Melbourne. We also work not only with Transurban in Australia, but in other parts of the country other parts of the world. So one of the things that they do is what I wanted to also highlight. But the most important thing that they use us is for understanding where do vehicles come and where are they going? Because this is data and this kind of is defining for the operators to understand what are the problems that what they're facing and how can they find resolution. So what TomTom does is we've got partnerships across the world. And as I mentioned, we've got a 30-year worth of history in this industry. We have partnerships not only with car manufacturers, but even with applications, fleets, where we receive accurate GPS coordinates and timestamps from satellites, and it's consistently transmitted to the TomTom server as they travel on the road. So if there is a car traveling at a certain speed, it pings the satellite and we get that information. Now this information is collected and it can be used in multiple forms. So what TomTom does is we've got what we call the live traffic information. So I've kind of listed out all the products that come out from this. So we've got the live traffic information. So that provides you with the real-time traffic speed, congestion, incident. It also provides you with historical analysis because you've been collecting data for some time. Then it also provides origin and destination patterns. So if there are cars that are traveling from different parts of the city and then they're traveling on a tolling road, you want to understand which part uses the toll roads most. You also would want to understand, is there a bottleneck? If there is a bottleneck, how do we resolve that bottleneck? Then there is also a need to understand whether the travelers are not using the toll roads, but they're using another road and that has congestion building up. So there are multiple ways that tolling companies use this data, and this is very important. So what TomTom does is we provide live traffic and incident data. So incident data is anything that's a jam, an accident, because it builds up, a queue builds up. If there is a road closure, and what companies do is they can see what's happening in the road right now, and they use it to monitor their road network and they respond to incidents faster. So this keeps the travelers informed. The other thing that they also do is they have these traffic centers where they use the historical analytics and they can see how traffic has changed over time. So they use it to find whether there's congestion hotspots and if certain infrastructure needs to be added in those routes. So there's a forecast that can be done, a prediction that can be made, and it's better for planning purposes. Then we also have companies that use it to measure travel times and reliability. They also use it, so one of the companies that we work with also use it to incentivize their drivers, because the drivers also have these apps. So then they send incentives to the drivers if they travel at a particular time. There is lesser traffic, so they give this information to the drivers as well. So these are multiple ways in which traffic data is used. And what I'd like to share for the ITS India team is, as you're looking forward towards a new connected environment, what I would love to share is there is a need to have connectivity. So not just having tolling roads, which are barrierless tolling, but also having information of traffic, tolling, camera, ANPR, all this connected at the same time being able to interpret this data, to have the analytics to understand and also act in a way that's immediate, that's responsive, and customers receive this communication. And finally, this can be also used to measure what was before and what is after, so that there is a reliability when people use these tolling roads. So that's it from my side. If you would like to know more, please feel free to scan the QR code, and you can always reach out to the TomTom website, and we can always give you more information regarding this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Grace. Thank you very much for giving such an insight of the different countries and how you're working with the different entities across the globe. Thank you very much. And now I'll request Vice Admiral Sri Kumar Nair, who is a retired ABSM, and he is accomplished defense professional with over 36 years of service in Indian Navy. A graduate of NIT Trichy and IIT Delhi, he has led the procurement and induction of the advanced naval combat systems. While driving defense indigenization, he currently serves as a managing director of the Caltron, a state-owned organization, and he's a recipient of the Neo Sena Medal and Ati Vishisht Seva Medal. Sir, may I welcome you and kindly deliver your talk?
How much of this is happening in India? Is there any data collection happening and any kind of decisions made from that data?
Yeah, Mona, thank you very much. Now the majority of the decisions, at least I can tell about the NHAI and HMCL, are data driven. NHAI data lake basically is the hub of the data. It collects almost all the data related to the projects, related to the traffic, related to your asset quality of asset, network survey vehicle. Now NHAI started dash cam fitted into their patrolling vehicles. Plenty of data are coming and the decisions are being made on that. And over and above, I just want to apprise to our viewers that not only as data driven further going, AI engines are also put on. So NHAI is working with a team of experts. Recently met chairman, he said there is a big group of experts, youngsters, who are working on AI models to model these data which is available, which can give actionable insights and the direct action points on that. It's happening in HMCL. If Mr. Chitransi joins back, probably he's held up in some meeting, he will also highlight what furthermore they are doing, or I will highlight it further.
Great. And one last thing, if you see the poll, sustainability received the least votes. So are we not looking at sustainability at all?
No. See, it's not that sustainability is out of focus from everybody's mind, but the bigger challenges are already there. Like the congestion, you see, more people has voted. Second is the road safety. Unfortunately, India is number one in terms of the road fatalities, the highest number of fatalities taking place. Year 2025, more than 183,000 people died on the Indian roads. So those are more concerning figures, requirements. So that's they're reflected in poll as well. Today, as Dr. Shiv was mentioning, and I'm stuck because I knew this trap today is going to take a whole day. Congestion. So these are the things which are more challenging to the people currently, and that's the reason which is reflected in that as well.
Thank you so much, Akhilesh ji.
Welcome, Admiral Sri Kumar ji.
Morning, sir. Morning.
Yeah, and everybody is keen to listen to Keltron, your insights about ATMS implementation which you have done. What you think, what should be done more to scale it and get the best out of these technology, because the government is very proactive, but still there are which area which requires more focused approach from the every stakeholder, including the government. We'll be more than happy to listen from your real world solutions which you have and your hands-on experience on it.
I'll like to welcome Sri Mudit Agrawal ji, CEO of the HMCL. Sir, thank you because of your, in spite of your busy schedule, and you have joined to listen that what is going on, the development. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir.
Dr. Shiv Kumar, Sri Akhilesh Srivastava, Ms. Susan Harris, CEO ITS Australia, CEO of IHMCL, Sri Mudit Agarwal, all the distinguished panelists, all the distinguished personnel who have netted in, ladies and gentlemen, a warm good morning to each one of you. I will present my case with a simple case study of barrierless tolling and future mobility finance that we have recently implemented in Kerala as a pilot case. So we all know the sequence, how it was evolved from manual tolling to electronic tolling, barrierless, barrier-based, multi-lane free flow, and intelligent mobility finance. Those 4 and 5 is what I'm going to cover with a case study. Next. So what we did is, you're all aware of the Safe Kerala project which Keltron had implemented in 2023, covering the entire length and stretch of the Kerala state, putting 740 odd AI cameras, and through the ANPR, automated number plate recognition, we were able to generate traffic violations. That's been a huge success story, running for almost 3 years now, and we have operated 3 years, raised almost challans worth 1100 crore. We have collected almost 450 crore, whereas the overall cost was capex plus opex was only 230 crores. So that is the way we have gone about with our ANPR cameras. Now, coming to multi-lane free flow, how the same thing is used, we demonstrated was, we looked at installing 4K global shutter cameras. RFID is anyway part of every vehicle in India, passive RFID. You identify the vehicle number plate through the ANPR. It's linked to the eVahan, that is the software that is in India. So the eVahan gives the registration, and that is linked to the FASTag, which is the RFID that is used in India. And the enforcement and charging for the amount of road that's been used by the user, car, motor vehicle, whatever it is, we have been able to extract through the FASTag. And optional has been an alert system of blacklisted vehicles, so that the motor vehicle department can take immediate actions on this. So how we went about this was, for a pilot, we identified a stretch of 23 kilometers which government of Kerala wanted to do as a pilot study, which is not a 4-lane highway, it's a 2-lane linking a busy section from a place in Alleppey called Ambalappuzha to a place in Kottayam called Tiruvalla. So this is the stretch of 23 kilometers we did. And if you can see the poles across, and that's the AI camera that we fitted. This AI camera was able to seamlessly, even at vehicles we tested at up to 120 kilometers per hour, high-speed vehicles in the night, we could clearly capture with one of our camera both the lanes and one camera in the reverse direction for the other 2 lanes, and we could capture the entire number plate with 99% accuracy. Next. So what we could do was, vehicle detection and classification was 100%. ANPR engine, we had 98% accuracy. That means any type of license plate. This 2% is because some of the license plate recognition, they fade out, and they were not perhaps renewed. And we could accurately classify the AI vehicle with the deep learning models, and we were doing an edge processing so that the number plate is extracted, linked to the eVahan at the edge, and then transmitted through the eVahan and get the toll from the FASTag. And we interfaced with eVahan, and IHMCL had given us the approval to link that. Why we proposed this model was no additional cost of hardware to the customer, because already a passive RFID is part of every vehicle. Existing RFID suffices. Challenges we anticipated was, if the FASTag is not charged by the customer, by the owner of the vehicle, with the bank, of course there's a challenge. But then this, as I mentioned, is the violation that we could immediately give the notice to the motor vehicle department that this FASTag is not charged, or so many times he has crossed, so that whenever it comes up for any renewal, etc., this could be recovered. And a proposed solution, that is, if we want to go for multi-lane free flow in this manner, while this is a very good concept, how do we recover if a person does not charge his FASTag? Today at the barrier crossing, he or she crosses, and we can identify the FASTag is not charged, immediately the payment can be done. But in this solution, you are speeding, so we proposed that it be linked to the insurance renewal or the pollution renewal, because pollution is to be renewed every 1 year and the insurance is to be renewed every year. If we link it to either of the two, the recovery would be near 100%. And this is the quality of the global shutter cameras. Even in 4 lanes, all the 4 can be simultaneously, we can get the number plate. Even in high speed vehicles, we tested this on this highway up to 120, but we know that even up to 180, this will be precisely capturing all the images, absolute true 4K ultra high quality thing, and we feel our simulation that up to 240 kilometers per hour, even day and night conditions, we can track the number plate precisely. This is the dual exposure technology. Captures clear retroreflective license plates at night, as you can see. High exposure, it captures driver details, and that's the enforcement part of it, which is already running in Kerala with 740 cameras, as we are talking about. The only problem, as Akhilesh Srivastava was telling, what is the legal aspects that we need to take when we want to really recover the costs. So that is something which I suggested is all of government approach, wherein how do we realize the challans. Our observation is that 40 to 45% of the people who are given the challans, they pay it up. They pay up on an SMS or a challan that's sent to their house. Our experience of having operated now 3 years the Safe Kerala project is 40% of the people will pay immediately when it reaches their house. Within we've seen about 30 to 60 days. So the balance, that's the 60%, how do we bring it under this? While repeated SMSs we have tried, but it has not yielded results. One thing we did was an adalat. We went to the government kept an adalat open for 2 months, that anyone wants to pay up, 50% of that also is okay to pay up. That we had another about 10% success, but balance 50% is still a challenge. So we have proposed that link it to pollution control, link it to pollution checks, link it to the insurance renewal, etc. So that's a policy decision which government has to take. While the technology exists, it's the policies that can enable that the maximum revenue comes to the government, whether it is tolling, whether it is enforcement. What we feel is that if such technologies are implemented, it has got a huge potential for economic growth, because improved traffic conditions can enhance local economies through better accessibility. It's an optimized traffic system and a lot of data-driven insights which give us methods to toll even for short stretches. If somebody is exiting in 10 to 12 kilometers, of course, you toll him only for that area amount. If somebody is using the entire stretch of the highway, toll him for that. So proportionate tolling can be done with this technology. So that is what I wanted to submit on our real life experience of having implemented Safe Kerala project for 3 years now. And also pilot project that we did for multi-lane free flow, with which we want to quote for major tenders and participate with major players for all over India implementation. Thank you so much, sir.
You had been recommending about doing a pilot as an evaluation phase. Would you highlight something? Because we thought your presentation will cover.
No, sir, that is what I covered. We did the pilot. Show that slide. We did the pilot in multi-lane free flow in Kerala. 23 kilometers. We put 3 cameras. One at the beginning, one at 12 kilometers point, and the other at the 23rd kilometer point. There's a stretch, very heavy stretch of just a 2-lane traffic, but very intense traffic in a place in Alapi called Ambalappuzha, and in a place called in Kottayam, a place called Tiruvalla. So this 23 kilometer stretch we covered with 3 ANPR cameras, as you can see the pole, and our accuracy was vehicle detection classification 100%, ANPR engine 98% accuracy was the number plate recognition, sir. 98%, 2%, as I was mentioning, we missed out primarily because some of the number plates gets faded out. They don't put it in the correct angle, etc. That's why we missed out this 2%. And we tried out up to 120 kilometers per hour speeds on this road. But our simulations shows that up to 240 kilometers, these cameras will work, and all lanes at one stretch with one camera. So the advantage of this is that the same passive RFID which uses FASTag today in our country, the same can be used, no additional cost to the vehicle owner to put any other active RFID or GPS, etc. And proportionate tolling can be done whatever stretches we decide.
Thanks. I think what you just said, that RFID collaborating it's compensating for those things. Exactly, that's what HMCL is doing, and they have already made free flow live on over 10 close to 10 toll plazas.
What are the accuracy results during heavy rains which Kerala receive generally?
So, ma'am, your very interesting and good question. What we tried it out over 3 months, and that was a period from July to September. Was the period we implemented this. and we tested it under heavy rain conditions. Not only heavy rain, one of the other challenges when early mornings, when you have the biggest challenge we faced was on heavy in the mornings. What happens? This is an east-west facing road. So early mornings, what happens is the sun image is so intense. Some of the number plates, capturing is difficult, and even the driver's face capture is different. Is difficult. So we glare because the glare. So we used an anti-glare filter. In the software programming we did, and the results are 100%. And we tried it out on heavy rains in the night. We tried it out with anti-glare technology also.
Somebody is asking, is 98% accuracy for both front and rear vehicle number plate?
Yes.
Mr. Gurpreet has asked, hi, could you see white light IR along the red IR was used? Can you please confirm? White light IR were used, I'm sure? No.
Yes.
It was there. Yeah, Gurpreet, it was there. Gurpreet is from MNEX. They are doing a lot of work on this area.
Yes, I'm aware.
Taking it forward, I will request Sri Devashish Devsikdar, who is the Senior Vice President and Enterprise Head of the Transport, Traffic and Tolling at the GA Platform Limited. He is also a Vice President, Honorary Vice President of ITS India Forum, a transformational leader with global experience in smart mobility. He has served NEC, IBM, Siemens, different organizations. He currently spearheads pioneering national projects, including India's multi-lane barrierless tolling, AI analytics for traffic management and driver safety. May I request you, sir?
Thanks for the warm introduction. Really appreciate that. I think this is a wonderful forum where we all come in. I really want to thank ITS Australia also to join in such kind of a forum as such. Susan and Stacey, let me tell you, Australia is my second home. I have 2 daughters there, and I spend about 2 months every year in Australia. And I also hold a PR, which has been raised by the Australian government as a global talent individual. It's really wonderful to see all of you here and interacting in this particular forum, in fact. I also, thanks to the entire fraternity who has joined this particular webinar. I think it's a wonderful forum to have all of your experience and share it in this particular forum. Today we are talking about the freeways and the requirement for tolling, why we need to have intelligent freeways and tolling part of it. My session is to cover on the tolling aspect, where we are contributing very heavily for the country, and we are executing the first of a kind MLFF projects in the country. We are being awarded with the 6 projects, and already have gone 2 of the projects have gone live. Let's look into it. Before I could really jump in, Mr. Akhilesh ji might have already talked about why we are talking about the technology adoption. This is linked to our 2047 India to be seen as a developed country. We call it as Viksit Bharat. That's the landmark which we want to do it, where we would like to be an absolutely a developed country and would like to have our independent innovations in most of the things and contribute towards the world. By the way, while we say that we want to be a developed country by 2047, we are already a country with 4 trillion plus GDP. And stand in the early first 5 countries out over there, in fact, right? The challenges with India is very different. We are 1.4 billion people in the country. That itself is a challenge. And with that challenge, we are growing drastically. India is a large country, and that is where the need for technology adoption, specifically in the freeways and roadways, because roughly about 42% of the logistic costs and the logistic bearing happens through the road, right? Railway, airlines, ports are still very low. There are 2 major costs comes from the roadway carriage, and about 24% comes from the storage and the inventory. And both are interlinked. The moment you have a faster movement on the road, the lesser will be the storage and inventory. So I think the moment you do an improvement on the road side, you see an improvement on the storage side part of it. So quickly, let me go through the deck and give you the perspective how we really look at it on advancing the technology for the tolling industry. Our vision, I would quickly read the executive vision. What we see for the country is by 2047, Indian highways will evolve from transport corridor into intelligent economic corridor. The intelligent freeway and tollway ecosystem will serve as a nation's digital mobility backbone, enabling sustainable growth, strengthening supply chain, improving national competitiveness and supporting the vision of Viksit Bharat through innovation, interoperability and citizen-centric infrastructure. That's the vision what we have it out as such. Why tolling plays a very important role? If you really look into this, we are saying that the intelligent freeway and tolling systems, it is aligned with the Viksit Bharat, the vision which I talked about it. We are talking about the Gati Shakti program, we call it the PM Gati Shakti program, where we are talking about creating an integrated multimodal infrastructure for faster and more efficient logistics. This is one of the key needs for which we need to really advance on the technology aspect part of it. National logistics policy. Today in India, while we are developing the road infrastructure, the technology adoption is equally important because still our logistic cost is close to 13 to 14% of our GDP. We want to come down around 8 to 9%, which is with the global reference. And that is where the adoption of technology plays a very, very important role, right? Digital India, which is required for the public infrastructure and data-driven mobility. How we are saying that, how we are helping to the public infrastructure and how the mobility is getting digitized. Atmanirbhar Bharat, here we are talking about a self-reliant India, where we want to be self-dependent, reducing less of imports and technology, and where we bringing up our own manufacturing required goods, engineering, and we become self-reliant out over there. Transportation plays a very, very important role because ultimately the manufacturing and the distribution both needs the good logistics, good infrastructure and a good technology for minimizing the time and increase the productivity and the turnaround time of every vehicle movement. And then finally the sustainability part of it, while we have an attempt to be net zero by 2070, but the action is required today where we need to see that, all the emissions which is happening on the road or on the transportation sector, how we really reduce it out. Given this as a mission and given this as an objective and goal, we really need to see that what is very important and where do we really deploy the technology. One thing which goes when we talk about Atmanirbhar Bharat and we are talking about the national logistic policy, India is growing as a very big export country, right? The export logistic cost needs to be reduced and transportation and logistics plays a very, very important role. The turnaround time needs to be less and the exports, today we are about $860 billion. We want to cross $1 trillion in next 2 years. And again, technology, tolling, advancement plays a very, very important role. This is a place where we have implemented the multi-lane free flow tolling systems. And just for the sake, and this place is between Delhi, Jaipur, place where we have put in the MLFF gantry is called Shahjahanpur Toll Plaza. We along with our SI Tixidel, we have got this particular deal and have executed this successfully. This was live on 1st of August. And prior to that, on the same stage, we have gone live with Manoharpura Toll Plaza, which was on 1st of July. We altogether have around 6 toll plazas, which I was saying it out. The remaining 4 has to go live, and I think by before the end of this year, and we are expecting somewhere around October, we should be live with all the 6 projects. And let me tell you one thing, now that these projects have gone live, we could really see the smoothness with which the traffic is crossing, number one. Second is, we were having the traffic count which we were having it out. Just because now everything is digitized, the traffic count has also increased. We have brought in a lot of transparency. Now, one thing which I can tell you very clearly is the technology adoption. One thing is very clear, you're going green, you're going sustainable, you're increasing economic growth, and over and above, it doesn't allow any way or any opportunity to bring in any kind of corruption, because you don't have a control. Everything is so very transparent here, in fact, right? So that's the beauty of adoption, the technology part of it as such. As of date, NHAI have gone ahead with releasing 16 toll plaza tenders, out of which 6 have gone live and remaining is on the execution. Still the remaining toll plazas are the conventional ones where we certainly have the RFID, but it's not a barrierless, you have a barrier, it's a stop and go arrangement. And in this stop and go arrangement, what we have really seen, the data point says that it certainly contributes towards that higher logistic cost, which we are seeing that as 14%, and we really want to act upon it, and because of which we want to go barrierless. The fuel wastage, there is so much of a congestion, and it results into about $12 billion idle loss of fuel. That's a huge loss what we are able to see. The emissions across the toll plazas have been more than 18 million tons. 36 hours transit bottleneck for the trucks to be. This is again talking about the imports and exports, where it really impacts for the container movement, which is housed on the truck and the horse, and the horse and the trailer, which is carrying the container. That is impacting the movement of the import and export goods. 36 hours transit bottleneck, which we are able to see that. And the worst thing which I could really see is the agricultural spoilage. This is just not a spoilage, but it is also giving a methane emission. About $7 billion perishable loss we have it. The moment we go free flow, we could see that the truck which is moving one time could move 2 times. What I mean is the productivity of every vehicle increases. And that can really help us not only distribute the agriculture produce, but also ensures that the spoilage is minimized. Today, these are the data what we have it, and keeping view of this particular data, the Indian government through Ministry of Road Transport and Highways and the execution arm of NHAI and IHMCL, they have very clearly taken an action that we need to go and adopt a free flow tolling system. So that is how the MLFF and the single lane free flow is getting executed in the country as such. This is what I already talked about, how the evolution has happened. So left hand side, we are trying to say that the existing barrier driven toll system, though we have an RFID tag, which is basically a hybrid system, not a completely free flow, it's a stop and go arrangement. That is the mechanism which we had it out as such. With that, till last year we were having a 98% penetration, 2% still we were managing it on a cash handling, but 98% was an electronic toll collection which we could do it. The only challenge where we could really see is because India is a big traffic population country. So to increase the throughput through this mechanism, we need to have a very big right of way. So you might have observed that whenever you are crossing Indian toll plaza, it is pretty broadened out, and which takes a huge amount of road assets or the land asset part of it. On the second side, the moment you look into MLFF, it is just the reverse, right? One is for a free flow, we could have adopted 2 technologies, MLFF and GNSS. We went ahead with MLFF because we could still continue with the RFID as a wallet to adjust rather than increasing an immediate cost on getting into GNSS. And what we really see is before we could add GNSS, all this MLFF gantries will become the enforcement system. So it's a right approach which we have taken it out on the free flow perspective. We are still going ahead with the MLFF with the RFID as a wallet, as a fixed fee, and subsequently move to GNSS satellite system, which will be pay as you go as such. We are saving a huge amount of land, huge amount of fuel with this adoption of MLFF and GNSS satellite tolling.
Do you have any idea about the revenue assurance policy? I think Dr. Shiv, Mr. Mudit was also there. I think this is related to IHMCL also for developing a concessionaire. So is it coming with for the concessionaires, and when? What is the likely timeline for rollout? Another question which Mr. Dheeraj has asked about the readability of ANPR, which you in your implemented toll plaza, which you have done. Though it's not foggy right now, but what do you think that what will be accuracy?
I will answer both the questions, Akhilesh ji. One is, you said that what is the private concessionaires thinking about adopting the MLFF?
Correct.
They are, with the 6 toll plaza going live, they are able to see a huge benefit. And we have already started getting inquiries to implement the MLFF for the stretches they have it. So I could see a big interest. Certainly it is not driven by NHAI mandate, but they see a value by implementing MLFF part of it as such. Because their operational cost reduces dramatically, the people cost on the ground reduces dramatically, and the logistic cost to maintain this MLFF, that reduces dramatically. There is a clear accountability, bringing in transparency. All those things is a very big plus, which they are able to see it out as such. Then the congestion handling, during the congestion, the way they are really struggling, all those goes off. Are the concessionaires interested? Very much. Are they reaching out to us? The answer is yes. That is number one. Second is, you talked about the accuracy of ANPR. We are seeing it 99% plus as an accuracy on both the stretches which has gone live. Most of the time it is more than 99.5%, but let me stick to 99% plus as an accuracy which we are getting on the ANPR part of it. The beauty of the system architecture which we have adopted in India, that is primary gantry and the redundant gantry. And in the primary gantry itself, we are having 2 cameras for reading the front end number plate and the back end number plate, and similarly we are doing on the redundancy part of it. We really don't see a challenge of losing any vehicle.
Excellent. Another question somebody has asked, is your toll platform is deployed on premises or it is a cloud? How do you ensure data privacy and compliance?
We are moving to cloud. Currently it is on premise because that is how the tender demands. But I think in the subsequent part of it, for managing the data, we can put it into the cloud. But going forward, we like to see a complete cloud infrastructure with only specific data on the premise. So cloud will play a very important role.
It has to, well, very well, and in future it will take forward. Last question somebody has asked regarding the e-challans which are generated. So do you have any insight about how many e-challans are being actually paid by people? That will be an area of concern for the concessionaire if they come.
Fantastic. I think this is also a point where the concessionaire is able to see that, because initially they were thinking that it is free flow, people will go away with it. But the e-notice approach, we call the term as e-notice, which we are raising it out for the vehicles which is not having the tag, but we are able to read the number plate. We are able to integrate with the Vahan through NIC. We are able to integrate with Vahan, able to bring it all the details. We are validating in the system and then generating an e-notice. People are paying the e-notice amount. There are times when people contest, but when we are able to give the proof, they have no other option but to pay for it. So there is a big hygiene which is coming up. I think the next thing which I could really see as a, currently there is some challenges. There are people who are smart enough who put the number, who hide the numbers, putting up certain papers or grease it out as such.
It's possible to handle it. That's not because the AI peeping in, so it shouldn't be a big challenge. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you see the more this problem which is coming, because now it is getting evident that people are doing that nasty things, you are able to control. So the moment it is visible, you can plan what is the enforcement you are supposed to bring it in.
Yeah.
So I think.
Yeah. Not only that, see, the number plate is one. There are many more identifier of the vehicle.
Oh, we are doing that.
Another thing. So the slowly AI engine will develop that. Nobody will be escaped. That's perfectly fine. And e-challan, you said it is being respected by e-notices. You're saying
it is very much being respected.
Converts into e-challan after 72 hours. So there again, the good percentage being paid by people.
Absolutely. And there are people who are contesting. We are able to provide all the evidences and everything, right? So that's happening. And let me also say that we have just started. India is, situation on the ground is little complex. The system will, to my understanding, people say it will stabilize within 15 days. I think we should give about 2 to 3 months for stabilizing. We will have more scenarios to come into it. And that is how it will be addressed as such.
Yeah, thank you. And beyond that, we'll close with the note. But despite the notice or the challan, the revenue collected through current system itself is more than what was with the previous system. That's the beauty of the system, what Devashish was saying.
Absolutely. So we are, what we have seen is it has, on the day one, we have seen the growth close to about 6 to 7% higher than what we have estimated.
Excellent. That itself proves that technology is improving it. Yeah.
So as Geo, when we talk about mobility, we have a complete unified platform, and this is what we offer it on the ground from the smart mobility perspective. While we are absolutely, the connectivity, cloud and devices entity, we have 3 pillars through which we are addressing the market. From the mobility perspective, we have a complete platform. We call it as a JUMP platform, which is the Geo Unified Mobility Platform. And these are the different actions which we take it on the platform. We have a smart fleet management system, which is an AI driven. We have smart EV charging and the smart EV charging platform, all for the users, OEMs and the operators. We have a smart battery management system. We also have a smart battery swapping systems on the JUMP platform part of it. Apart from that, traffic and tolling, which I just discussed, that is a core area which we are developing and growing very fast within fast year. We also have, from the automobile industry, we build the clusters and the operating system for them to have an integrated view and a control view. We individual vehicles, how we bring in the IoT sensors, connect and do the local intelligence or do the location tracking part of it. That is also being brought in here. So that is broadly what we really talk and do on the smart mobility side. We have a large innovation center. Few of the colleagues in the forum have already visited. And we want to contribute strongly towards the 2047 Viksit Bharat, looking into contributing towards the intelligence, the freeway and the intelligent tolling system part of it.
Thank you, Devashish. You rightly highlighted the economic cost of the congestion, and especially in India, having one of the largest network of the roads, it becomes more prominent. And logistic efficiency, yes, you rightly said, it's very important because we are losing a lot on the front of the logistic inefficiency. So thank you very much for bringing or highlighting all these aspects. Now I'll request Mr. Atul Porwal, who is a AVP tolling business in India at T-Systems. He leads the market development, strategic partnership, and go-to-market initiative for the T-System. Road charging, MLF app, bringing together global tolling expertise and the local ecosystem requirements. The broader experience spans corporate strategy, M&A, business development. Thank you, Mr. Atul Porwal, for joining. Please.
Thank you, Dr. Shiv, for your kind and warm introduction. It's a pleasure to be part of this panel, sharing our experience on barrierless tolling, as well as what we as a T-System bring to the ecosystem. Good morning, everyone. What I'll share today is T-System's experience in operating large-scale road charging platforms, how it can support India's transition towards reliable and barrier-free tolling. What I'll briefly cover today is who we are as an organization, the platform that we have, as well as the operating model that we bring based on our global experience, and how that global experience translates into an capability which is relevant for India's MLFF ambition. A quick view on who we are. T-System, we are part of Deutsche Telekom, which is a German-headquartered $120 billion organization, and we are number one brand across Germany as well as the broader Europe. What the size gives us is the scale, the security capability, and most importantly, the financial stability that is required for these kind of mission-critical, long-term national infrastructure project. When it comes to specifically road charging, this is an established strategic business for us that we are operating since last 25 years across Europe, and looking to expand aggressively for the global setup as well. Just a quick note on pedigree. I think back in 2005, we were the first company to ever successfully launch the GNSS-based tooling setup in Germany. So that is the pedigree that we come with, and that is the experience that we bring to India. So while we are German-based organization and a lot of work that we have done in Germany, we have a very, very strong presence in India. We started operations in 2016, so it's almost a decade since we started India operation. We are close to 4,000 people across Pune, Bangalore, and Nagpur location. And it's not just a offshore center or a software development center. We are already working on another, I would say, business critical, mission critical transport infrastructure project. We manage the Bangalore International Airport end to end from a technology point of view, and we're managing it for quite a long time. And this is on top of the 50 other projects, airports that we manage globally. Just a quick view. As I said, we have a dedicated tolling business and which caters to different technologies, GNSS, DSRC, and a lot of other global technologies that we work with. We are in existence, as I said, for more than 2 decades with 300 dedicated specialists who work on tolling as a domain. And our role is not just on the transaction capture side of things, but we do the end-to-end system design, billing, customer service reconciliation, compliance and enforcement support. And this is the end-to-end operating experience. That is what we want to bring to India when we develop our MLFF platform. Just a quick snapshot on what we do. We work on a multiple operating model, technologies, and jurisdiction. Just a quick snapshot of some of our big tolling projects that we are doing globally. In Germany, we do tolling services at a national scale since 2005. That was the first engagement we ever did. In Belgium, platform, as you can see with all these numbers, operates at a very high transaction volume and hundreds of thousands of active devices. And again, keep in mind, a lot of this is GNSS DSRC work that's being depicted here. Across Europe, we work across 18 toll domains, which is the EU EATS work that we are doing. And this is all managed and operated through a single one service environment. And then we have upcoming French implementation starting in 27, which is going to continue to evolve the GNSS and the road charging models that we are providing globally. Now, the relevant lesson from the MLFF point of view is not that we bring the as-is system, what we have built in Europe, to here, but it is the ability to operate accurately across different regulations, I would say technology, partnerships, and the charging model that you will see. And this is how we built our MLFF platform. For us, the success of any MLFF platform is not just in detecting a vehicle at gantry, but the crux of it lies in reading roadside signals and correlating all of that into one trusted vehicle event, whether it's coming from NPR camera, LiDAR, RFID reader, and then ingesting all of that data and doing a successful charging, reconciliation, event management, and eventual enforcement. That is what is required. And at the same time, we don't want to bring a one monolithic system. So what we've built is, I'm still on a previous slide, Nima, I think just trying to wrap it up, is basically building a very modular system which you can plug and play depending on how the requirements are evolving. Move to the next one. This is the platform that we have the MLFF, and it basically caters to on the roadside you have different devices which are capturing the event that is happening, correlating all of these multiple pieces of evidence into one holistic traceable vehicle event. It then manages the complete transaction lifecycle, which is the central part of our MLFF platform in terms of classification, interacting with the payment or financial providers, trying the retries depending on how we want to set up that system in terms of reaching out the defaulters and trying to recover the money, and eventually doing the reconciliation as well as processing e-notice workflow that is there. Our architecture, as I said, is very modular and it's API-led. It can work with different roadside technology partners and does not require kind of a hard coding with a particular financial institution or a particular hardware provider. And finally, for India, I think the deployment that we have done is very local. I mean, it processes the entire data locally. The entire infrastructure is hosted within India. It has the operational resilience similar to what we have delivered in European condition, European setup. And most importantly, it's integrated with the existing FASTag system, Vahan database, NIC, and the banking ecosystem. With that, I'll move to the next one, which is kind of a framework view on what we bring as part of our MLFF system for India. I think these are the four pillars around which we kind of I would say build our MLFF technology. One is the toll detection accuracy, because it has a direct relevance on the revenue assurance. And when we built MLFF system for India, we leverage all our European experience in terms of accuracy, reconciliation, audit trails, and most importantly, we have a AI-assisted confidence which is built into the system, which also takes care of exceptional handling and capturing the unique situation. Maybe it's around lane switching or maybe around weather conditions and whatnot. Second, reliability. Given the volume of vehicle that we have and how critical this is, we have a proven reliability, especially in GNSS, 99.9%, and that is what we kind of built in when we were developing this platform for MLFF. So this comes by default. Third is open ecosystem. So what we have tried to do is to kind of make the entire technology piece very modular across detection, charging, payment, enforcement, and customer management. Depending on what modules we want to plug and play, we are fairly flexible. The entire platform is fully flexible. It can enable bank, technology provider, authorities to work together. And most importantly, as we saw in the earlier presentation, the platform is already well integrated with our proven GNSS platform to enable the hybrid tolling, if that eventually becomes the situation as we move ahead. And finally, given all the global experience that we have customized it completely for India. We have leveraged all the situation handling, the use cases, exception situation that we have seen across the 18 European toll domains and build that into our platform. And most importantly, it's built in line with security, privacy, and the sovereign architecture requirements that are required for these kind of mission critical national infrastructure project. I'll conclude our presentation in terms of what we bring to India. T-System is fully ready to contribute its global experience, amended with India delivery capabilities and partnership-led approach to this journey. And with this, I'll conclude my session. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you. Excellent presentation, and you had brought out the expertise T-Systems is having, the global footprint, global case studies, and as you know, multi-lane free flow will be implemented over 1,000 of toll plazas of national highways. Then the states will also come, concessionaires also coming up. It's a big volume, and there is a space for everyone to and that's a good welcome. And more robust and proven technologies come, the system improves, the convenience to the ultimate users improves. So that's very good, and a lot of new things you explained about, Atul. Excellent. I don't see any question over here. Dr. Shiv, if you can, otherwise you please. Thank you very much, everyone. I express my heartfelt thanks to everyone, all the speakers, all the panelists, the viewers. I can see almost 55-60 people has been till end. Very engaging session. People ask very good questions as well, very relevant and pertinent. And our speakers, the panelist has thrown a very, very deep insight, and they answer the questions also freely. Perfect. It was very good. We had a very good international discussions by Grace, by Susan. So it's a global webinar now. Special thanks to Traffic Infratech and VIS Group, with whom ITS India Forum has partnered for scaling the presence of webinars and take it to the next level. So thank you, Mona. Thank you, VIS Group and the Traffic Infratech. Somebody you want to say something, please?
Actually, thank you so much. Thank you everybody for joining. We will be sharing a feedback form to each of our attendees. We request you to kindly present them. That will guide us on how we have to take forward. We are entering a series of webinars, ITS India and Traffic Infratech magazine. And we also look forward to you joining us at the exhibition. And Akhilesh, we would like to put in a word about the events that is happening there as well.
As rightly pointed out by Mona, that ITS India Forum, we do our flagship annual event, that is the ITS India Congress. It is same like ITS Global Congress, which is happening in South Korea. A big delegation from India is going there. ITS expert, government and domain experts are there, industries. Similarly, there is another regional ITS Congress happens by Asia Pacific region, of which we are member, and along with us there are 11 more countries are member. On the same line, we have decided last year that ITS India Forum will be doing a ITS specific India Congress, ITS India Congress. So we did first in 2025 in collaboration with IIT Hyderabad. At IIT Hyderabad, it was a very good event, very successful, fully participated by Telangana government, supported by them. This year we are doing along with Traffic Infratech, Messi and VIS, at Pragati Maidan on 7th and 8th October. Please block your dates, note in your calendar. This is going to be another big event, very, very big event. There is a big expo space at Pragati Maidan where these technologies will be demonstrated, which people can visualize, touch and feel. Apart from this, ITS India Congress ITS Forum will be doing that ITS conferences. So there are a series of conferences planned in next 2 days. Again, global participation is there. We are already confirmed with multiple global experts and ITS forum heads who will be visiting here and talking in that. I request everyone to register for that. Be prepared for another wonderful knowledge sharing session as well as networking and displaying your product to a larger audience. Pragati Maidan, as you know, is the biggest expo, one of the biggest in India. It has its own added value to the entire system of what we talk. Over to
Thank you. Thank you so much, Akhilesh ji, and thank you panelists, and thank you attendees for being part of this.